Ever wish you could, like, absorb a 1,000-page document? You know, like one of those dense research papers in, like, the blink of an eye? Well, that's the promise of Google's Gemini AI, and guess what? It just got a major upgrade.
Yeah, it's exciting to see these updates addressing not just what developers are asking for, but also hinting at, you know, where AI is headed next.
That's what we're diving into today, straight from the Google Developers blog. This is the news on Gemini's updates. We're talking faster, cheaper, and yes, even smarter AI.
And what I find particularly interesting is this clear emphasis on bringing Gemini into the real world, making it useful for, everyday tasks.
Okay, let's unpack that. First up, we've got two updated Gemini models, Gemini 1.5 Pro 002 and Gemini 1.5 Flash 002. Now, I know those names sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but stay with me.
Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. Think of it like this. You've got your toolbox right. Pro is your heavy-duty power drill, perfect for when you need to tackle those really big, complex jobs. Then you've got Flash, your nimble electric screwdriver, ideal for quick fixes and everyday tasks.
So Pro is for when you need to analyze a mountain of data, and Flash is for when you need an answer in a snap.
Exactly. Pro is built for handling those massive data sets, extracting nuanced insights from dense text, and tackling intricate problems. Meanwhile, Flash excels at speed and efficiency, making it perfect for real-time applications. Imagine things like instant translation or even AI-powered chatbots that can keep up with rapid-fire conversations.
And here's the kicker. Using Gemini 1.5 Pro just got a whole lot cheaper. We're talking a 64% price reduction on input costs and a 52% drop on output for prompts under 128K tokens. That's like getting a massive discount on something that was already incredibly valuable.
This price drop is huge. Lowering the cost of entry means more developers, researchers, and even smaller companies can now access this cutting-edge AI technology. It's like opening the doors to a wave of innovation.
It's like going from needing a supercomputer to run your AI to doing it all from your laptop. That changes the game completely.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the price. These new Gemini models are also faster and more efficient. They've increased what's called the rate limit, which is essentially how much data you can process within a certain time frame.
Okay, so rate limits help me understand why this matters for someone who isn't, building the next big AI chatbot.
Think of it this way. Imagine you're streaming a movie and suddenly starts buffering every few seconds. Frustrating, right?
The worst.
Yeah. So rate limits in AI are similar. They control the flow of data, and when they're too low, they create bottlenecks that slow everything down. Increasing the rate limits for these Gemini models is like upgrading your internet connection from dial-up to fiber optic.
So everything is happening in real time with no lag. Got it. But back to those real-world applications, what kind of impact are we talking about here with these faster speeds?
Well, this kind of speed and efficiency opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. Imagine medical diagnoses being made in real time during surgery, or personalized educational software that instantly adapts to a student's learning pace. The potential is really quite remarkable.
Wow, okay, now that's exciting. But let's not forget about the elephant in the room, accuracy and safety. I mean, we're talking about powerful AI here. The blog post mentions that Gemini's performance has improved on benchmark tests, especially when it comes to things like math and understanding really long documents. But what about the whole AI going rogue fear that everyone seems to have?
It's a valid concern, and honestly, it's a conversation we need to keep having as AI technology continues to advance.
Right.
The focus on safety is apparent in these updates,
Right.
particularly in how Gemini is being designed to follow instructions more precisely and stick to what the user intends. It's like training a dog you wanted to obey your commands, not run off and chase squirrels.
So still no handing over control of, say, the stock market to Gemini just yet?
Probably not the best idea at this point. But in all seriousness, this emphasis on safety is critical. We need to make sure these AI models are reliable, unbiased, and most importantly, used responsibly.
Absolutely. Now, there's one more thing I wanted to touch on this experimental model update. Gemini 1.5 Flash 8B XP 0924. It sounds like a sneak peek at the future. What's the deal with this experimental model?
It's fascinating to see just how quickly Google is iterating and improving on these models.
Yeah.
This experimental version is like a glimpse into their laboratory, a chance to see how they're constantly tweaking and refining Gemini based on real-world feedback. It highlights just how dynamic this field is right now.
Okay, I love your enthusiasm, but let's bring it back down to earth for a second. We've covered a lot of ground here. Faster speeds, cheaper access, constant updates. But what does it all mean in the grand scheme of things? Is this just Google making a few tweaks? Or are we witnessing a bigger shift in the AI landscape?
This isn't just about incremental improvements. It signifies a few fundamental shifts happening in the world of AI.
All right, lay it on me.
Firstly, it's about accessibility. Lowering the barrier to entry for developers means we'll see a much wider range of applications for this technology, from small startups with limited budgets to large corporations with vast resources. This democratization of AI has the potential to revolutionize entire industries.
So it's like the Wild West out there, but instead of saloons, we're going to see AI-powered everything.
Exactly. And this ties into the second major shift, the focus on real-world applications. These updates aren't just about making Gemini smarter in a vacuum. They're about making it more practical and useful for tackling specific challenges across various domains. It's about moving beyond the hype and delivering tangible value.
It's like anyone can build a fancy concept car, but can it actually get you from point A to point B without breaking down? That's what really matters.
Precisely. And finally, the sheer speed of these updates is significant in itself. Google's rapid iteration and release cycle tell us that the field of AI is moving at an unprecedented pace. This constant evolution can feel almost like whiplash, but it also underscores the incredible dynamism and potential of this technology.
Okay, so let's bring it all home for our listeners. Say you're heading into a meeting where AI is on the agenda. What's the one key takeaway from our deep dive that you absolutely have to mention?
I'd say the key takeaway is this. Gemini is going from a promising prototype to a powerful tool ready for the real world. With these updates, the focus is shifting from theoretical potential to tangible, practical applications that can address real-world challenges.
So not just a science project anymore, but something you can actually use to get things done.
Exactly.
Now, before we wrap up, one final thought to leave our listeners with. If AI like Gemini can now process huge amounts of data and condense it into key points, what does that mean for the value of human expertise?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I think the key here is not to view AI as a replacement for human expertise, but rather as a powerful tool that can augment and enhance our own capabilities. It's about finding the right balance between human ingenuity and artificial intelligence, leveraging the strengths of both to drive progress and innovation.
Finding that synergy between human and machine, that's what it's all about. Well, there you have it, your crash course on the latest and greatest in the world of Google's Gemini. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep into the fascinating world of AI.